Spec Ops, what's up? It is David Sahombing TX-99924, aka Raider, coming at you with episode 5 of the Spec Ops Recon Report. Thanks for stopping by. Whether you're catching this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, make sure you subscribe, like, heart, follow, tweet, share, do whatever it is you got to do to keep us locked in for all of the latest news and announcements for the 501st Special Operations Detachment. This is the spot. Now let's get it. And so when it comes to announcements here in this episode, it is going to be no different. As a matter of fact, this month we have a massive announcement that we need to get out to you members. One that is super huge, one that I'm super pumped about. For the year 2021, the 501st Special Operations Detachment is going to have a new detachment leader. I'm so excited about it. Couldn't be more honored to introduce this person to you. And I'm going to do it at the end of the video. Hey, so make sure you stay until the very end. Stay tuned and just listen to me talk a little bit. This episode, I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach. Not going to spend a lot of time on much else other than sending out a lot of thanks, a lot of love, and a lot of gratitude to people that have supported and committed to the detachment for the past 2 years. So for me, the very best place to begin would be with the people that came before me. So I want to give a shout out to all of the former detachment leaders for Spec Ops. These are the people that laid the groundwork for where we are today, where we've come from, the history of the detachment, and everything that's occurred in the past 15 years. And it would be wrong of me not to give them a nod and give them a thanks. When I first took on the role in 2019, I was totally clueless, and I made it a point to connect with every single one of them. I think that's an important part of being a leader, is making sure you harken back to the people that came before you, lean on them, get as much information, get their expertise when you can. And so these people welcomed me with wide open arms and were just totally giving in all of their knowledge and all of their support. And so I want to give a shout out to our first detachment leader, Kevin. I also want to give a shout out to Luis, to Izzy, my guy who mentored me. I want to give a shout out to Jim Griffin, rest in peace, man. I want to give a shout out to Todd, to Steve, and to Tori. They have all been amazing detachment leaders and people that have poured into me. And I hope that as the next detachment leader takes over, I'm able to do that same thing and pour into that person as well and support them in every single way. Now, let's talk about our 2020 team. These are the folks that made the magic happen behind the scenes for all of you members out there. And I just wanted to put some faces with some names, give them some credit, put credit where credit is due, and send them a lot of love. So let's start with our merch team. These guys are responsible for getting all the swag to all of our members, including this super fly shirt. Hey, looks good, feels good. Thank you, fellas. I appreciate it. Shout out to Alan Leafke from the Empire City Garrison and Robert Phelps from the Florida Garrison. You guys did a great job. Then I got to send some love to our social media team, and these are the people that make all of you members look amazing when it comes to our social media platforms. And so it all starts with Rose Marie from Central California Garrison. She has been leading this team for the past few years and is nothing short of awesome, nothing short of amazing. Thank you, Rose. We also had Shane Murphy from the Ireland Garrison step up and handle our Twitter account this year, and Scott Moss from Bloodfin Garrison in Indiana, taking care of our Search and Destroy team program on the forums, as well as helping out on Facebook. A late addition to our PR team, I gotta give thanks to Darren Vaughn from the Southern Cross Garrison in Australia. He stepped up and offered his video services to us here, helping launch our YouTube channel and taking care of all of the amazing video projects that we cranked out this year. Love his work ethic, love his grind. It's man, what can I say? On a personal level, I do want to tell you, Darren, that I'm going to miss making these videos with you. That's just something I've had a blast with, working alongside you here. But maybe I'll be allowed to do a little guest spot, a little guest feature every now and again. We'll see. But till then, thanks, man, for putting all these videos together. And then to round out our PR team, big thanks goes out to our trading card editors. And this is like a thankless job where people spending hours behind a screen just cutting out photos and putting them into a graphic for people. It's pretty tiresome, pretty grueling at times, but man, thank you guys for stepping up to the plate and doing the dirty work. Chris Sulo from the Florida Garrison, Luis Asteguieta from Jaguar Outpost in Guatemala. Really do appreciate you serving our members. Thank you. For the past 2 years on the forums, we recruited an international team to help reach out to our international member base with translations, communicating with them in different languages and providing some work on the CRLs, translating those as well. And so shout out to Carlos Colon from the Puerto Rico Garrison, Huepa mi hermano, and to Claudio Cardacci from the Argentina Garrison. Those guys have been taking care of our Spanish members. On top of that, we had Nils Frick and Sebastian Paluska from the German Garrison taking care of our German translations. We also have Fabio Delfino from the Italica Garrison taking care of Italian translations this last year. And then finally, Max Hanuk taking care of our French translations. So thank you to you guys for being a big part of connecting Spec Ops with our members worldwide. And then finally, Spec Ops, at the end of the day, we're all about making sure our detachment CRLs are on point and accurate and up to date. And so that is where most of our work and focus goes throughout the course of a year. And so these next group of people, this is my grind squad. These guys never have taken their foot off the pedal for the past 2 years. They've gone through it, gone hard, all the way, even through 2020 and all of that mess. These guys have just been non-stop. And so hands down, hardest working group of people I've been around, and I could not be more proud of all of the work that they've put in and all of the things that they've seen get across the finish line. So shout out to David Campbell from the Bast Alpha Garrison, Ryan Schmuck from the 70th Explorers Garrison, shout out to Anton Drescher from the German Garrison, also Ansia Walsel from the German Garrison as well, Max Hanuk from the French Garrison, Chris Walker from the Carolina Garrison, and I also want to give some thanks to my photo editing team. That's Ricky Resurrection from the Golden Gate Garrison, my man. Also Peter Tricorico from the Italica Garrison. Without these guys, all of the CRL work would never have happened. They have been nothing short of amazing. And just to kind of put in perspective the amount of work that we've got going on here, let me throw up this graphic here for you. We worked on all of these costumes. Every model that you see there is a brand new model. For all of those CRLs, we created new CRL text. We created an entire set of new CRL pics, bringing the quality of the pictures, the quality of the models, the quality and accuracy of the text, bringing all of that up to a higher standard so that members can build more accurate costumes, and so that GMLs, Garrison Membership Liaisons, can have a better tool to evaluate those costumes when they're doing their approvals. So to all of you members out there, these people right here are the ones that really make the magic happen at our detachment. Thank you, CRL team. Now, if you didn't catch it from that graphic, there's 16 CRLs represented there. That's 16 CRLs going through full major updates, overhauls, or being launched as a brand new costume to the Legion. That's crazy. And of course, some of those have tabbed variants and versions as well, which is where the extra pictures come in. This CRL team, our detachment costume advisors, are also responsible for approving our level 2 specialist applicants. And in the past 2 years alone, 25 approved specialist applicants. That's almost double the amount that was done in the previous 13 years. This team has destroyed CRL work and knocked it out of the park. Man, I am beyond impressed with you all. Thank you again. And then finally, I gotta give one huge, probably the biggest thanks from my heart to my detachment webmaster, my XO, my right-hand man, all the way for the past 2 years, Mark Christensen from Nightfall Garrison. And with that, I gotta also give this announcement. I'm super pumped to announce Mark as our new detachment leader for the year 2021. Let's go, man. You got this. I'm so excited to be able to pass the torch on to this guy. I couldn't think of anybody more deserving to hand it over to. If you followed elections, you would have noticed that Mark ran unopposed. Nobody stepped up to run against him, including myself. At Spec Ops, we have a little bit of a tradition that detachment leaders serve 2 years and then hand the reins over to someone else. And within those 2 years, I made it a point that I wanted to uphold that tradition and spend the next couple years investing into people. And so Mark was one of those people that I definitely saw leadership potential in, and so kept giving him all the advice, all the nudging, all the pushing that I could. And man, Mark, I'm ready to see what you can do, man. Super excited about the future of Spec Ops under your lead. You got this. Full confidence in you, man. Full confidence in your team. Take it to the next level. Let's go. As for me, I'm not gone. I'll still be hanging around the forums. You can't get rid of my face just yet, but I'll be just stepping back a little bit, supporting Mark, supporting his team, giving whatever help I can give, trying to pay forward what was paid into me by the DLs that came before me. But whatever I can do, I'm there to serve. Keep in touch with me, members. Hey, and let's catch each other at Celebration Anaheim 2022. Your boy gonna be flying in there from Florida to Cali, and I expect to see Spec Ops represented in full force, just like we did last time in Chicago. I'm looking forward to it. So until then, this is David Sahombing, TX-99924, signing off for his final recon report as your detachment leader. It's a bit sad to hear that, but man, it couldn't be coming at a better moment. Let's get it. 2021 Spec Ops. We are still the swift, the silent, and the relentless. Don't quit. Let's grind. Let's go. Post-credit scene. Post-credit scene. Yo, pulling a little something from the Marvel Universe here with the post-credit scene. One of the things that I did not do in the main video, and I did that on purpose, was to hold aside Troopers of the Month for the months of December, January, and February. You didn't think I'd leave out of here without dropping those last three? So here we go. For the month of December, this person has never received Trooper of the Month, though they've busted their butt as one of the hardest people working for Spec Ops over the past 3 years. I couldn't believe it when I actually saw it, and so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go out with a bang and just let this person know how much I appreciate them. They are the Trooper of the Month for December, but quite honestly, they're the Trooper of the Year for me in my heart for all 3 years. If I could give it to somebody, this would be a person right up there at the top of the list. Rosemary, Central California Garrison, thank you for leading our social team for the past few years, for being a driving force behind our Sirens program. Man, what can I tell you, girl? You're amazing. Love you. You're awesome. And so you are my December Trooper of the Month. Glad to be stepping out of the door and handing that over to you. For January, my Trooper of the Month goes to another person that could easily be Spec Ops Trooper of the Year for any of the past few years. And again, this is another person that was never bestowed this title, and I thought, man, I'm giving it to them. Don't even care. They're going to get it. So Mark Christensen, I know you're about to become the DL and you'll never give it to yourself, so I'm going to hook you up with Trooper of the Month for the month of January. But again, well, man, you could have been Trooper of the Month at any point over the past few years. I really do appreciate your service to our members. And then finally, for the month of February, my final Trooper of the Month, I gotta give it to the person that was hooking us up with these shirts, this swag, you know what I mean? Robert Phelps, Florida Garrison. My boy, thank you so much for hooking the members up with this shirt. And you know, we've had so many people on the forums being like, when y'all gonna do another racing shirt run? When y'all gonna do another racing shirt run? When y'all gonna do another Listen, it happened. Robert made it happen, put in a lot of work. And so you are my February Trooper of the Month, my dude. Appreciate you. Post-credit scene number 2. Post-credit scene number 2. You know how it goes. There's always that second post-credit scene. The first one pops up halfway through the movie credits, and then they go all the way to the very end when the music winds down, and then in comes that second post-credit scene in those Marvel movies that makes your mind just go like... And so that's exactly what we've got going on here, because you should have caught a little bit of an Easter egg back in the main video when I was talking about the CRL team and the CRLs that we've worked on, approved, published, or updated. You should have noticed in the graphic that was thrown up at the very, very end in bright red was the Sith Trooper costume. Why, you may ask? Because that sucker is out there, is published, is ready to roll. So all of you guys that have been out there building the Sith Trooper, waiting so patiently for this CRL to get done, listen, it's finished, it's published, go ahead and check how you stack up against the CRL. We tried to make it as detailed and accurate as possible to catch all of the intricate design work that was put into that costume there found in The Rise of Skywalker. It's a bit much, but just give it a look. Come to the forums, engage, build, and see what you got going on. But yes, it is out there finally at the end of the term 2021. Man, we made it. Sith Troopers, roll out.